So today we had one of the most bullish days that SPY has had. Reason why I said that is because SPY has finally closed once again back above all our moving averages, back above the 5-day, 13-day, 20-day, and the 50-day. Now today SPY had a very bullish bounce. I always tell you guys, when it comes down to our support levels, we do not get what? Bearish. We don't get bearish at support. At support, we look for buying opportunities, right? We don't buy the tip, we buy the dip. Today we had this nice dip. Seeing SPY come all the way down, all the way from 438, drop it down to the 435, 436 range, which is a strong bounce off of our 20-day and 13-day moving average. Look at that long wick and that strong buying pressure. That to me is very bullish. Okay, remember I have my price target for SPY, a range up here between 444 to 446 range. Okay, and right now it's looking like SPY just may hit my price target. Now take a look at the VIX. The VIX has been steadily making higher lows. Now VIX is supposed to inverse the SPY. So if the SPY is making is moving higher, we need VIX to start moving lower. Okay, now VIX is still closing above the 50-day moving average, which is a little concerning, and it closed or about to close in 1 minute right at the 20-day moving average. Okay, it broke down just a little and came right back up, continuing to close higher. Okay, now granted, it's closing much lower than it did its previous candle, which is yesterday. Okay, so, and it is starting to break below this blue support line once again, but we did break below it before, only for the VIX to move higher. So what I like to see is VIX get below the 20-day moving average and possibly the 50-day moving average. So VIX below 1738, 1737 will be a great sign that SPY will continue to push up higher. Okay, now if you just strictly watch the SPY and the price action, this bounce here followed by this bullish engulfing candle, like it's engulfing this one. This is a great sign. Yesterday we had an outside day candle, but an outside day candle based on low volume it's not much. It's not something to worry about, okay? Because if it was on a high volume with this outside day candle, that's very volatile because the range of this day was much higher than this day, and it could possibly push lower. Now the SPY did get lower, but bounced right off a critical support level. Okay, that is very bullish. I don't know how many times I said that, guys, but it's bullish, and I think we could hit 444 to 446 before we get a major correction to the downside, because August, it's kind of a bearish month. Not always, but usually compared to July is much more bearish and more volatile than July. July is a bullish month. So we might not get that in August, or we might, who knows. Either way, I believe, based on today's price action, we could get one more leg up, and then we'll possibly get some type of pullback. Alright, so once again, I am bullish on the SPY. Really would like the VIX to start cooperating and closing under the 20-day and 50-day moving average. Okay, as long as it stay under the $20 range, we got this double top right here. That's a good sign, but still would like for it to keep pushing down. And if it keeps pushing down, very good sign for the SPY, okay? But based on the SPY alone, this is starting to look really good, guys. Really good. So I'm bullish on the SPY. Moving on to the Triple Q. Triple Q also had a very strong, beautiful bounce, okay? Look at that long wick. It went just below our 20-day moving average, which is okay. It got to trick some people out sometimes. I love it when they trick people out, because when I see it bounce just below the 20-day or a critical support level like that, I think of areas of liquidity. I think of people's stop losses getting taken out, and that's when I want to enter, because that's when I believe the market makers are entering. I like to enter when they enter, and sure enough, we got this strong buying pressure all the way up. And now we got this bull flag right here. I'll make it bigger. This nice bull flag, and Triple Q is starting to break out of it. Now remember, I like to identify or show the areas of liquidity possible, that a bunch of stop losses for people who are short in this market could be all clustered up right there. As you can see, Triple Q is starting to break out from this flag, and it's close today right in our area of liquidity. So we'll see what happens tomorrow. Will this continue to go up? I do have a 371 price target on triple Q. I believe we will hit it. I believe we will hit it because we have this strong bounce off of a critical support level. Just like SPY, I think it will continue to go up, hit our price target. But here's another reason. Here is Apple. Apple, a market moving stock. Now you see all these moving averages just starting to squeeze, and then you see the Bollinger Band, the upper and the low Bollinger Band starting to squeeze. That's sideways action, and come after the squeeze usually comes a nice move to either to the downside or to the upside. Okay, now yes, we do have some reasons why Apple should drop to the downside. However, this is, like I said last week, a bullish market, and price action is king, right? So we have this area of liquidity up here thanks to this double top that the market makers purposely created. Okay, so there's a bunch of monies up there for them to come grab. This is a bull market. And what happened? Apple tested the support level, got just below, took out the liquidity if there was any, and it's starting to break back up above all our moving averages. Now it's squeezing. That means a big move is coming. And because it's the bull market and Apple closing strongly above all our moving averages once again, it's possible that Apple comes back up here, takes our area of liquidity around the 150 to 151, 152 maybe range. Okay, that's my price target before we can get another pullback. Okay, I don't think they're just going to leave this money up here. And if Apple moves up, well, it's really heavy on the triple Q and the SPY as well. So if Apple continues to move up, I'm sure triple Q will move up and hit our price target of 371. Okay, so I'm bullish on the triple Q and I am bullish on the Apple. Okay, moving on to Arkk. Arkk, told you guys that I'm bullish on Arkk. I believe it because of the Fibonacci level. I think this is a new trend. This is where the new trend began right here. And it's a Fibonacci retracement where Arkk came all the way down from the top right here, came down and retested the 50% retracement, which was at 114.91, came back up. Now we're facing some resistance, a lot of resistance here at the 20-day moving average. Arkk just has been failing to break above it. However, we did get a bullish bounce off this 50-day moving average. Okay, that's a very nice bullish bounce. Looks like a red hammer candle. Would have liked for it to be green, which would have put it above the 20-day moving average. But we still got that nice bounce. And like Apple, Arkk seems to be squeezing the 200-day moving average, the 20-day, the 50-day. I have the 5 and the 13 turned off. And as you can see, yes, they're all squeezing. You see the Bollinger Band squeezing. So I think we're going to get a nice move, a strong move incoming that's coming very soon. And I am leaning to the bull side. Okay, I believe this is let me see, one sec. This wave 1 starts, wave 2, wave 3 is up there, and then come down here for wave 4, and I think we are in wave 5. This is a little messed up. Let me fix it. Boom, 3. And I think wave 5 will take us up all the way to 142 for the gap fill, which also happens to be the next price target for a Fibonacci retracement. Okay, so this is where wave 5 would start. We would get wave 1 here, and then probably of course wave 2 to the downside. And remember, wave 2 and wave 4, they're A, B, C corrections to the downside. It can't go up all the time, right? But after that A, B, C correction, we got this one move down, then the move up for the B move. We could get another move down, but we may not. And then it'll finally go up for the third wave, another correction possibly for the fourth wave, and then up to for the fifth wave to complete it, to hit our price target up at 142. Okay, so this is all based on Fibonacci, yes, of course, but Elliott waves theory. Okay, so yes, I am still bullish on Arkk. Had a really nice bullish bounce off the 50-day, as well as our 61.8 retracement right there. Those are good signs because that's a critical support level, and Arkk is failing to break the critical support level, which gives me hope that we will break the critical resistance. So of course, I'm gonna say it once again, Arkk above the 20-day moving average would be very, very bullish. It is squeezing right now, so we want to see Arkk get back above 121 and 3 cents, okay? Because that's where the 20-day moving average is. It's currently higher than that, and the post market, but we'll see if it holds till tomorrow. All right, those are our indices, and of course I threw Apple in there to help us guide us with triple Q. All right, I'm bullish on all our indices, including Apple. Now moving on to Bitcoin. Now this is a different story here. We had Bitcoin for almost 2 weeks, had this very strong move. All right, now it looks like we had this nice low false breakout up here, which leaves an area of liquidity up here. All right, can you see that right there? And then the same, we got a little double top right there before it got sold off, and we are currently bouncing off the 13-day moving average. Okay, so if this 13-day moving average does not hold, which is at 38K right now, I want to watch for bounces off of this. All these clear rectangle things right here, they're areas of imbalances. Okay, so I would like to see if this doesn't hold this for Bitcoin to bounce off of our 20-day moving average, as well as possibly our 50-day moving average. So as long as Bitcoin can stay above 35K, I'm bullish on it, and it could be a lower high possibly. A lower low, and followed by eventually a higher high. We do have this area of imbalance, liquidity, and all the way up here around the 51K to 54K is an area of imbalance that I am confident will get filled. Okay, so right now we want to wait for Bitcoin to see where it will bounce, if it'll bounce off of one of our support levels. We have support here at 35.7K as well as 35K. Well, 34.9K to be exact, okay? As long as we get some bounces off one of those levels, I'm still bullish on Bitcoin and possibly get some more upside, okay? But right now, I'm staying on the sidelines because this is a lot of buying pressure coming in. The volume's not that high. But, we want to see where it bounces and what the price actually wants to do. Okay, so standing on the sideline for Bitcoin right now, I'm not in a hurry to enter. Of course, I entered way back here, back in June. So everything's looking good so far. Okay, so I'm bullish as long as Bitcoin can stay above 34.9K, which is the 50-day moving average. Okay, if it does not and it breaks below, remember we got this area of liquidity just below. Look, we got this double bottom here, and that's 29.1K is where they both bounce from. So anything under that, all the way down to 26K possibly, I will be looking to enter and scaling in if it gets below that. All right, that's a strong area of liquidity with stop loss that can get built or building up for sure. And that's if it breaks below 34.9K. As long as it holds above 34.9K, I'm bullish. I don't think we'll drop down to that level by the dip. I think we're possibly back in a bull market. But if 34.9K does not hold, then this bull market, the bull market is not quite here yet. Okay, so that's what I wanted to show. The indices, the Apple, and of course Bitcoin. Now, of course, I want to talk about our viewer's choice. Here's our viewer's choice. First one I'm going to talk about is Pay. That's from one of our members, requested by one of our members. It's still looking bearish, pretty bearish. Although added this support line right here, the white line. This white line right here. And then, of course, the red areas are area liquidity where possible stop losses will get built up. Now, we take a closer look here. We can see buying pressure building up. Yes, it's low volume, but Pay is back above the 5-day. Okay, we was having struggles getting Pay above the 5-day over here, as you can see. We had one close here, then a second close, and now a third close. For 3 days in a row, it closed above the 5-day moving average. That's a good sign. Now, we are struggling with the 13-day moving average currently. That's our next resistance. But I think we could break it. The 13-day is currently at 29.74. If we can break that, we can head up here, which is where our resistance line is. Our short-term resistance. Oh, right here. Our downtrend resistance line, And of course, the blue area is, take a guess. Yeah, our area of liquidity. All right, we have some imbalances up here. Okay, now as you can see, the our resistant line here is also moving along the 20-day moving average. So that the 20-day moving average is a very critical resistant level. Anytime a stock or whatever it is, a crypto, is trading below the 20-day, that's bearish. Okay, it's a bearish sign, and it's probably in a bear market, which this is. But we want to see if it'll break above that. Okay, so right now I am still bearish on this on pay right now, but it is showing us a lot of some bullish strength is building. So definitely keep an eye if it can break this 13-day moving average 29.74, and if it does, we can come back up and test this resistant level right here, which is above 30 bucks. Okay, that's the short term, and we'll see tomorrow if it breaks above that and hold. If it does, good sign that we head back to the mid 30s. Okay, all right, I think that's pay. Now TSE also in a really strong bear market. Okay, got this downtrend right here started, got this test here. All right, we haven't got a third test yet, but we also have this other downtrend resistant line right here that was causing us some problems. And of course, area of liquidity, like always. Got this bounce here and a nice bounce here, just aligned perfectly. So if it fails to break this level, TSE could come down to the 45 to the 48.50 range and possibly take out the area of liquidity and maybe move back higher. Maybe right now it's showing us a good sign that it wants to head higher. We had this false breakout like 3 days in a row. However, today it closed above that resistance line. Okay, so this could be the beginning of a breakout, and if it continues, it could come back up and test 60 bucks. All right, so right now still bearish on those two stocks, pay and TSE, but TSE is showing some life. Bullish buying pressure is coming in right now, so we'll see if it continue. Okay, so and if it does, I got the $60 price target around here. Of course, we have area liquidity to see if we can take it out. Okay, so right now, bear trend, but buying pressure is still building. Okay, it's starting to build. All right, guys. So I hope I was able. I'm a little under the weather today, but I hope I was able to help you guys out. Hope to keep you guys calm, and hope you continue to beat this market. And I will see you guys soon.